Hey y'all, I am currently on spring break. However, I had every intention on recording my spring break, but I didn't really pick up the camera because I found myself, they're gonna be, woo. Okay, it's gone. I found myself getting a little burned out, being completely honest, with school. The last week right before spring break, I had 2 exams. One I did really well on. I got an A on one of my exams, and then the second one, in my mental health class, the one that I kind of really didn't think that I needed to study a lot on, I ended up getting a 73, which for my program is not passing. That's not the first test that I haven't passed, but I wasn't like super upset about it because I was so drained and so exhausted. Like I told y'all in one of my videos, I'm in a program where I'm taking 4 classes at one time, and it's like either a test every week or sometimes 2 tests a week, and I just really needed a break. So at first, I'm actually in Mississippi, which is where I'm from, visiting my grandparents. I haven't been able to visit them as much because of COVID. But now, you know, I've been vaccinated and they're starting to get their vaccinations and stuff. And me and the kids came down. They actually haven't seen my children in a very long time, probably a year. So we just been spending a week down here. It's very country, so we're in a country area, letting the kids like kind of run around and play, get away from the video games and just kind of like be outside. It was stormy yesterday, but today is good. But I've just been kind of like helping them around the house. My grandparents are in their 70s, but they're doing exceptionally well. They do have some issues. My grandmother has rheumatoid arthritis. My grandfather has had cancer, and he's struggling with some other things with his health. And with me being in nursing school and just coming down here and visiting them, I'm a little worried about some of their living conditions. Just some of the stuff from school that I've learned and some of the stuff that I'm noticing. Me and my mom just had a conversation about how we're gonna have to be monitoring them a little bit more. And my mom lives where I live. We live about 6 hours away, and they don't really have any family here outside of us. And the family that they do have, they're the same age as them, so they can't really help. So we're reaching out to get them some home health services while we're here and looking into some grants and other programs. My grandfather is a retired veteran, so he has VA benefits and stuff like that. So we're just kind of like getting them on track. But I have been disconnected as far as my social media, and I haven't worked on any schoolwork. I feel good. I feel refreshed. I've gotten some rest, and I just really needed that break. I only have a couple more weeks, really the whole month of April and like the first week of May, and I'll be wrapped up with my first year. So I'm hoping that this break is just giving me some inspiration and motivation to just finish out strong. I have a couple of things that I could have definitely been doing over break, but I just could not, y'all. I just needed to leave my books and leave my laptop at home and not do anything. I don't want to get into a position where I'm like not wanting to do it anymore, which is why I'm thankful that this summer I'm off. I didn't even pick up any shifts like working. I just didn't want to do anything. It's hard, it's difficult, but I'm just trying to like press through. And while I do want to tell y'all, like in all my videos, like it's doable, but I'm not gonna sit up and lie and be like, you can do this, it's so easy. There are plenty of days where I'm just like, I don't feel like it, and my schoolwork and my grades reflect those I don't feel like it days. I'm not doing terrible in school. I still have A's and B's, but maintaining it for the next couple of weeks is just what I'm focused on. A's and B's, and getting back on track with that mental health class. Now, I told y'all before that, like, when you don't pass an exam, whatever, you have to meet. Y'all, it's bees out here. Woo! Okay, let me move. As y'all can also see, look at my face. Anytime I get extremely stressed, or just like hormonal and stuff, and I cannot let something that I'm passionate about doing like make me stressed and I want to do it. I mean, I'm definitely still actively enjoying the process. There are a lot of good things about it, but it's taking a toll on me. But the biggest thing you can do is like recognize when it's getting too much, and it's okay to step away for a little bit. So I'm using this spring break opportunity to spend some time with my family and my kids, and just clear my head space. But today is Wednesday, and we're going back tomorrow morning. And so I said on Friday and Saturday, I'm still not going to pick up any shifts. I'm just going to work on my schoolwork so that when I get back, I also did find out, y'all, that I had to do that remediation for ATI about I got a level 1 instead of a level 2. In my program, you have to get a level 2. And if you don't get a level 2, you have to do the remediation focus review on like the stuff that you missed. This is from my pediatric class, and then you have to retake the exam. So I'm gonna do that stuff Friday and Saturday. So Friday I'll focus on my ATI, and Saturday I'm going to get with like some of my classmates because we have a project due Monday. Like, it's so crazy because like all my professors are like, enjoy your spring break, relax, and then we just got all these assignments and classwork and stuff over spring break. So I'm just like, why you even say that? But the good thing is I don't have any more classes for pharmacology. I just have, or do I have one more class? I don't think I have any more. I think I may have one more class, but I have an exam and then a final. So I'll be done with that class probably in the next 2 weeks. I think I have one more week and I'll be done with that class. And so then I'll just have mental health and OB. I didn't get to really go over, I don't think, how my OB experience was, but I'll go ahead and do that real quick now because I don't plan on editing this video. I'm just kind of gonna post it because just so I can have some content for this week. But I don't remember if I vlogged it, but I had a patient. She was a young mom. She was 19, and her boyfriend was there, and they were so nice to me. I was kind of nervous. I did get to do like a Foley, and I also got to check her cervix, which is just like, I don't know, if you're a woman and you ever got your cervix checked, it's just so uncomfortable, and it just was uncomfortable for me. But she was really nice about it, and she had an epidural, so she really didn't complain about it or whatever. And it's just so crazy, like being on the other side, like since I have kids, and like actually doing it to somebody. In my personal opinion, the clinical experience was good, but there are a lot of high and lows. Like, having children is so dangerous, and I don't think that people really understand how complex it is, and how dangerous it is. Basically, the entire time the nurses are monitoring your baby heart rate and your contractions. And there were lots of times where her baby heart rate was changing, and we would have to go in there and make her move around. Then it would get better, and then it would change, and then we'd make her move around, and then it would get better, and then it would change. And then her epidural started wearing off, but she was 9.5 centimeters, so they didn't want to start another one. I did get to see the delivery and stuff like that. I've seen my best friend have a baby before, so you know, I've already seen it, but it was just kind of different, like actually participating. But there was also and a couple of other patients who had experienced losses on the floor, and that's why I said that field is kind of too high-low for me. Like, you can have one patient doing really good, have a baby, and then you have another patient next door that's lost a baby. It's emotionally taxing on me, and I don't think that that's something that I would be interested in pursuing in the future. My next rotation will be in the NICU. I actually know a few nurses in the NICU that work over there, and they love it. I've never considered going to the NICU like as a job, but I'm definitely interested in seeing it. and stuff like that. Right now, my heart is still destined for oncology. I talk about that in every video, and until I see something or experience something otherwise, that's going to still remain my first choice. But I love all the experiences. I'm thankful to God that we're able to go in. I see a lot of other people that I follow on YouTube and stuff saying that they're going back to clinical, and I'm so excited. It's so hard being in nursing school and not being able to go in, even if you can't do nothing, just like seeing it. I also was watching another YouTuber that I follow. Her name is Dominique. She on Instagram, she was live today, and she was just talking about the benefits of being a nurse extern, or with my school they call it a CCA. It's the same thing as like a patient care tech, but you're a nursing student, basically. And I know a lot of y'all ask me, like, is it worth doing that while you're in school? In my personal opinion, if you have the opportunity to, yes, especially with where I'm at, it's PRN, so it's kind of work when you can. So like if you have class or if you got something going on, you just don't go to work. Like, you're not required to work a certain amount of hours. Like, you just kind of like pick up shifts. To me, I have seen more by doing that, and I actually get an opportunity to do hands-on things. I feel like in nursing school it's so much like, you can't do this, but you can do this, you can't do this, but you can't do that. So if you have an opportunity to be a nurse extern or a CCA or a PCT that is PRN meaning as needed or when you're willing to work, definitely take the opportunity to do it. There's nothing wrong with doing it. I will definitely be working more over the summer instead of just like chilling at home. I'll definitely be working more than I am right now. But right now, I'm just not in a position because of the amount of stress and the course load. I'm not in a position to work on a consistent basis. And I've already talked to like my manager and stuff, and they're like, no, like school is first. And that's another thing that I love when you do nurse extern positions. They care about school. Okay, so if you're not doing good in school, they don't want you coming to work, but you're not going to lose the position. Whereas if you sign up as a patient care tech with a facility, they need you to work. So just make sure that if you are considering working, that you just start off slow. I see a lot of people who work like full-time jobs, and I just don't see how they do it. But they don't have children. But like, I have children, and I just can't do, even if I didn't have children, I just think that it's just too much. I wouldn't be able to focus if I was doing all that stuff. So anyways, Monday, back to the program. And I'm, like I said, I'm just kind of gonna post this, and I just wanted to come with a real moment and just share with y'all that like things are a little bumpy for me right now, a little bit drained emotionally, physically, as you can see. But it is what it is. And I'm gonna get back on track. But I feel good, I feel refreshed, and I feel relaxed, and I cannot wait to wrap things up and get back on track and finish out strong. My first year, it's so crazy because people say it's gonna go by fast, but it really does. Like, you're doing so much stuff that it just really flies by. And I kind of posted some stuff on my social media, like my kids are also transitioning. So Paige will be going to kindergarten. Right now she's in pre-K, but she'll be going to kindergarten, and my son will be going, DJ, he will be going to junior high. And Braylon, which is my stepson, he doesn't live with us full time, but he's, you know, here like on holidays and spring break and stuff. Like, he was here last week, but he's going to 6th grade, so they're all like growing up with me. I also had somebody ask me about EMP school, and I believe, like I said, I watched Dominique earlier, and she was talking about this on her live, how she lives in Florida. I think she lives in Florida, and I live in Arkansas. And there were some things that she was talking about that some nurse practitioners also expressed to me. Like, my clinical instructor is a nurse practitioner, and she can't even find a job like as a nurse practitioner. That's why she's a clinical instructor in addition to a nurse, and I just don't want to do that. I never was going to nursing school to be like an APRN or a nurse practitioner or a CRNA. Like, I really just wanted to be a nurse. I thought maybe that I would change my mind, but like, y'all, I really don't like school. I really don't like school, and I would just rather work and do my service. And maybe later I will, but it's not an urge for me. Everybody is different. But I feel like if that's something that you want to do, she was kind of mentioning how she just gonna push through. I think that's the best way to do it, because I know for a fact that when you take breaks, you just like, no, I'm not going back. But I never really consider it, and I don't know specifically what would be the benefit for me where I live, where, like I said, I just straight up listen to them have conversations about how they can't find jobs in their field. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna pay for a another like nursing degree that's not gonna benefit me financially or job wise. Like, I won't even get a better experience. And so they were saying that they still are thankful that they did it, but they have some regrets. And I just, if I'm not 100% like, yes, I want to do this, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to pursue it. My mind might change as I get closer to being a senior, but as of right now, you know, those are not my intentions. But do what you want to do. Don't base what you want to do off of what somebody else is doing. Again, don't base what you want to do off of what somebody else is doing. I'm not doing it. I'm not living my life for nobody but for me. Now, you can listen to other people's experience and their output and find something to motivate you. But when I was doing like I used to be in the MLM business. I'm not going to name the company, but I did pick up a lot of life lessons and a lot of motivational things. And I went to a lot of conferences, and one thing that I learned was that nobody can motivate you to do something that you want to do. That's something that you have to have within you. You can be inspired by someone, but you have to pull motivation from within yourself. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like, doing some personal development, listening to podcasts, not listening to so much TV. I hardly ever watch TV. I mostly watch like YouTube videos of nursing students or like moms and, you know, stuff that I do. But TV and social media is just not, it's not pouring anything into me. I have to have something pouring into me. And that was another reason why I did step away from the MLM business, because as you become a leader within anything that's on the job, at school, in your business, you have to be able to pour into people consistently. But if you don't have anybody pouring into you, how can you pour into somebody else? That's how you end up having an empty cup. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I had to step away from leadership and focus on drill, you know? So that's what I did. I'm still very happy with the decisions that I have made so far within my life. I don't ever consult with anybody but God and my husband on any decision. And then I just do whatever I feel led to do. But that's what I've done this week, is just kind of listen to some stuff that's just kind of like, okay, Drea, pick yourself up, get out of this funk. And I get in funks not because I don't enjoy what I'm doing, but because I'm doing too much. So if you find yourself doing too much, do some self-reflection, listen to some stuff, pull back, and just focus on your personal development. Everybody should have a personal development, whether it's reading a book, listening to something, just spending quiet time with yourself and with God, and you'll just have a like calming, you know? Yeah, you'll be more calm. But anyways, I'm gonna post this. I hope if y'all are on spring break, you enjoyed yourself, you stay safe. Anyone that's in school, we're close, summer is approaching. If you have summer school, don't forget to take some time for yourself between classes. And y'all have a great rest of your week.